This channel is proudly sponsored by Dead Tree Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop RPG where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released the Whispers of Copperich adventure module. You will find all of the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Hi, welcome to my review of LOOM, the Bells of Basin City. This is the standalone sequel for LOOM. You may remember that as the most beautiful solo tabletop RPG that I have ever seen. If you haven't seen my review featuring the first game, please check out the playlist in the description below. You will also find my review of the setting book that can be used with any tabletop RPG to play it with your players, solo, cooperative, etc. Now let's talk about the quality of this sequel. The quality is for the most part great. Everything is well written, organized and explained. The main document is not bookmarked and has no hyperlinks, so that's definitely a negative, especially in these solo RPGs where you are going back and forth between pages depending on the results. You definitely want bookmarks and hyperlinks, so it is highly recommended that you print this document. The different sheets that are needed for this game are available as separate files, but you also have a single file containing everything. And like I said, while you could play this digitally, you would have to go back and forth between the table of contents and then reading the number of the page that you need to go to depending on the section that you are exploring within the game. Now, something that is truly amazing is the art. The art is so beautiful. It reminds you of those old computer games such as Ultima, Might and Magic, and even a hint of Hexen. The art perfectly represents the game world, which feels a bit like the Dark Ages when Christianity ruled supreme, with a bit of weird cosmic horror. I also love it that the character sheet includes both the map, where you will be making your progress across the world, and of course your stats, your abilities, your equipment, etc. Everything in a single sheet. So overall the quality is really good. Now let's talk about the contents. I am going to be avoiding spoilers. If you want to go deeper into the game system, please check out my original review of the first game. In this case, I am just going to address the differences and give you a brief summary of various things. In this game, you play as a very different character compared to the previous game. This time, you are a rogue assassin type of character. In the first game, you felt more like a fallen paladin or knight. Most of the encounters were handled through diplomacy or through direct confrontation. In this case, you're going to be a bit more indirect. You're going to be sneaking about, opening locked things, assassinating your enemies. It's more stealth-based. It also feels a lot like the first computer game of Thief. You're going to make your way across the map with a main purpose, a main quest or objective. But there are also sub-quests. In fact, it is thanks to these sub-quests that there is an element of legacy to the experience. There are so many endings, outcomes, encounters, so you won't be able to explore the entirety of this game with a single playthrough. There are also difficulty settings. Start at the easiest setting because later on things are going to get quite difficult. In the higher levels of difficulty, they are not just for show. You will need the legacy items that you obtain in the easier difficulties in order to take on the greater challenges. And that way you will obtain all of the different endings to unravel the full background history of this setting. You generate the various encounters by using a normal deck of cards. Depending on the results, you're going to obtain keywords. It really feels as if you are role-playing a character within an old computer game, specifically a text-based adventure. Now when it comes to combat and encounters, to make those different checks, you will be using your dice. You need 3 6-sided dice to play this game. One of those dice is going to represent your position in the map, and as you move, the value that is the number on the die is going to change, representing the passage of time. This passage will also bring about an event that could result in something harmful or beneficial to you. So, what do I think about LOOM, the Bells of Basin City? This is a worthy sequel. and it feels so different from the other one. This particular adventure feels a bit more suspenseful. In the other Loom game, you feel a bit more tense all the time. You are constantly taking the challenges head on. You are confronting those nightmarish beasts. But in this game, there is a greater sense of suspense. Will you be able to open that lock? Is that enemy going to spot you? Will you be able to assassinate your enemy? It's those moments of waiting, of seeing if your action is actually successful or not. So, my highest recommendation. What are you waiting for? Get LOOM, the Bells of Basin City. Thank you for watching this review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel through PayPal or DriveThruRPG, the information will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment as well. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, it's not about what you want your characters to do, it's about what your characters are doing. Once again, thank you and see you later.